Hey, this is me. My name is Constance. Um, I just want to talk about my symptoms. I'm gonna try to make this short. I recorded it was so long, so I'm gonna try to make this one short. My symptoms were, I tested positive for COVID on Friday. No, on Saturday, on September the 5th, 2020. I tested, and my results came back on Labor Day, Monday. At 12 o'clock, I got the call. They told me I tested positive for COVID. Well, the symptoms I had, I would I would just say on Thursday night about 11 o'clock, uh, my throat became sore, and it wasn't like my throat here. It was like up where my tonsils are. My throat became sore. I was using Chloraseptic. I would use let me see, Chloraseptic. That's basically all I used from what I can remember. And I just kept spraying the back of my throat, and it did not work. It did not help. So I got cough drops from my daughter, and it helped a little bit. But so I went to sleep, went to work the next day, and I was at work. I work at a daycare. I told my director, I don't feel good. So I kind of got through that day, that Friday, and later on Friday night, I looked in my mirror, and I looked at my throat, looked at my mouth, and looked in the back of my throat and my tonsils. The right side were white. I had white spots on my tonsils. So I was like, oh my God, what's going on? I usually have post-nasal drip a lot. So I thought it was post-nasal drip, and it's very bad now. And I was having sinuses. I was like, wow, this post-nasal drip is really affecting my tonsils now. So I was like, okay, well, I don't know why it's doing this. It's kind of bad, but. And now that I remember, before, I didn't tell the doctor this because I didn't remember at the time, but my symptoms started Thursday night. I think maybe Monday or Tuesday before. I sneezed. I was sneezing. I sneezed about 6 times. And I'm thinking it might have been my first symptoms, but it was just sneezing, so I didn't think that much of it. So, Saturday, when I woke up Saturday morning, my throat was hurting. Oh my God. I said, I have to go to the doctor. I'm in so much pain. I said, my throat is killing me. And nothing's working. I didn't take like a Tylenol or anything. So, I went to the doctor, and the nurse practitioner, I went to a walk-in clinic, nurse practitioner told me, she said, we have a lot of people coming in with these same symptoms, sinus drainage, all the signs that you're, sore throat. She was like, do you want us to test you for COVID? So I said, yeah, sure. I have this issue a lot, but she's okay. So they gave me some antibiotics, prescription for antibiotics, tested me for COVID. Also, I don't know, I'm so tired. They tested me for COVID, and they gave me a steroid shot. So I walked out there. I said, okay, And after that, I went and grabbed something to eat. Never lost my appetite. Never had a fever. I took my temperature every single day. Never had a fever. Um, so, uh, so that was Saturday. So Monday on Labor Day, 12 o'clock, I got my results back. They called me at 12 o'clock. I was asleep. And they told me I had tested positive for COVID. I was like, I don't know where I got it from because I don't go anywhere. I usually go to work, come home. I might go to the store, pick something up to eat. But I don't go many places. I haven't been out the state. Haven't been on the airplane. Haven't really been many places at all. No barbecues, no parties, no type of gatherings. I haven't been around anyone that have COVID that I'm aware of. So I don't know where I got it from or who I got it from. But this my story. Oh, and another thing, I, for, I also had a racing heart. My heart was beating very fast, and that's another thing. So I had a racing heart. My heart was beating fast. I had tonsils were like white and sore, postnasal drip, sinuses. It was like draining, and that's that was it. I wasn't having any other. Wasn't having shortness of breath or um, any of the other stuff that some people have. I know everybody have their own symptoms, or they have different symptoms. Everybody's symptoms are not the same. So, but anyway, that was my symptoms. So I'm feeling better now, feeling much better, but I'm still resting. I have to go back on the 15th and retest before I can go back to work because I work at a center, a child care center. Nobody else has tested positive there. None of the other teachers that I know of. So yeah, that's all I know. So I'm okay. I've been reading a lot of stuff and seeing a lot of stuff on the news, and I just realized I had to keep my TV turned off because all the things on the news is everything is bad. It's like, oh, I don't want to know, and it's just on Facebook everything yeah. So some of the stories you hear will stress you out. I'll say that. So stress lowers your immune system. So I realized I have to, some of the things I just try to avoid, like there are stories about COVID, and I just try to avoid it because, I'm just trying to get better. I've been taking my vitamins. I take vitamin D, the B12, vitamin C, which I've been taking before I had this, before I tested positive, but I the last 2 or 3 weeks, I haven't been taking the C or the D. I was only taking the B12, which now I'm thinking like maybe if I would have taken all my vitamins, I probably wouldn't have got sick. But you know, but maybe, but I wear my mask every day. I put hand sanitizer on whenever I get in my car, and I also wash my hands once I come inside. So I just don't know where it come from or where it came from. All right, well, that's my story.